People often ask me what tropical field biology is like. It's not difficult to conjure up the images associated with a tropical rainforest, the diversity, the interactions that species have, and how those interactions drive their evolution and diversification. Hi, my name is Jeanne Robertson from California State University, Northridge, and we're here to study the red-eyed tree frogs in Costa Rica. One of the most interesting and cool features of the red-eyed tree frog is that it actually shows different colors in different parts of its range. This slide shows frogs from the northeastern corner of Costa Rica, where the arms and legs and sides are blue. But not all frog populations of the red-eyed tree frog have this coloration, and our job was to figure out why. Lots of people are contributing to this research.
Buenas, mi nombre es Andrés. Estoy trabajando con las ranas de ojos rojos. Estamos buscando los sonidos de las ranas de ojos rojos en Gandoca, en la selva, en Vijagual, en Uvita y en Pavones. Nos ha ido muy bien. Hay muchos mosquitos, pero el trabajo está yendo muy bien.
Kris Kaiser is a visiting professor at Pomona College in California. Her expertise is in behavior and acoustic variation.
We're interested in the red-eyed tree frog because not only are they incredibly charismatic, they're also just incredibly variable. So it's a really interesting system to look at the possibility of reproductive isolation and speciation in action.
For example, this artistic rendition has shown the color pattern of 3 different populations. The blue morph, a morph that we call blue/orange, and one that's primarily red, has red legs with a tiny bit of blue, and the sides are sort of more of an aquamarine blue instead of a sky blue. So we map these distributions. What we find is that we see this gradual change from the north all the way to the southern part on the Caribbean side of Panama, where legs are totally blue to a blue/orange to a wholly orange color. So the big question that we have and that we want to try to answer is, what is the role of mate choice in mediating these differences? Could selection for a mate based on color determine how these color patterns are going to be distributed across space? And so what we did was we took a female frog that we collected from the field and asked whether she would strongly prefer a local male to other options, which we called non-local male. And these non-local males have a different male advertisement call and different coloration, as you can see. So it's a pretty simple test, but it's a really effective way to try to understand the role of female choice in determining color pattern evolution. In order to do this and trying to control for other things about the males and what we might not be aware of, we had to create these models. And so in our pilot season, we had an artist sculpt red-eyed tree frog models and then paint them according to the color of that population. We then added a robotic component where we put these frogs on a moving disc so that they could move and attract the attention of the females in their cage. So frogs are active at night, and everything that we're observing happens under moonlight conditions. So that adds this layer of complexity and complication to ask whether or not those color signals are relevant at night. This video is shot in the infrared setting of the camera, so you won't see the blues, the oranges, and the yellows that we've described so far. The female is approaching the male model, cued in by a combination of visual and/or acoustic signals. We're testing whether the female is going to select this male by showing him a courtship signal, which is her turning her body 90 degrees so that she shows her side to the male. Here we go, we see the female, and bam, she's showing her flank pattern to the male model. This is going to work. This is really working. And here she goes, she's showing her other side to the male, and the male does not respond because he's not a real male, and the female walks away. We were able to get our behavioral trials working, and so now we are equipped to really hit Costa Rica and Panama populations hard with our behavioral trials and ask these important questions about whether these populations that have diversified in color are actually becoming different species.